welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa and this is She Persisted Budgeting and Saving. Today's video is on the financial toolbox. It is a partnership between myself, Budget with Mama Bear, and Donna, powered by creativity. I hope you guys are enjoying the series and really taking a lot from it. Hopefully you're getting a lot from it. Sorry, I had to adjust my chair. But before we get started, I'm gonna do my sinister affirmation. You know what you want. Don't be afraid to get out there and conjure it from the netherworld. I hope you guys are still enjoying these. I think they're fabulous. So today I just kind of wanted to go over, kind of bring you back, right? So we've got the roadmap. I hope that you have gone over and gotten this from my coffee shop. I'm gonna bring you in a little to share. So I do have a draft. I don't know that this is going to remain, but this is where we're at right now. For my big rocks, so for my number one, it's to repay off whatever remaining credit card debt I have by the end of December. And I'm only going to give myself 6 months to get that done. So January through June, this is my number one focus. So the majority of the stuff that you'll see me doing at the, on my channel will all be to pay this off. My second big rock is to complete 4 months of my year ahead savings. So roughly $14,000. That's a huge goal for the year. Right now I'm almost 6,000 towards that goal. So I don't know what my starting balance will be, but this is going to be an annual goal. So that's going to take me from January to December. My third big rock is to fully fund my property tax and my health insurance for 2026, which is roughly $7,000. So I had to break it up into two different goals. So January to June, it's about $3,000 for my homeowner's insurance, and then January to November is $4,000 for my property tax. So I will get a starting balance, for January. So I do have a couple of small rocks. Fully fund Christmas for 2026. I'm going to up my budget to $2,000. That might change depending on what the year looks like and these other three rocks, right? So these are the most important for me. These two are my, if I get them done, that's great. If I don't, these have to be done first. And then you might be wondering, why is my emergency fund goal of $3,000 like a small rock? Well, I already am going to have this year ahead savings. So that to me is kind of the emergency fund. I'm just calling it by a different name. So I'm going to pull you out just a little. Okay. So then I only did, let me bring you back in. Sorry, guys. I know I'm probably making some of you sick. I only did one of the 5 whys just for the sake of a visual for you. But so this is how you would fill it out. So to pay off all remaining credit card debt, and my due date is March 31st of 2026. Even though I'm giving myself over here until June, you guys do know that, I should just make that 6. Because I am going to, the reason I said March just is because that one credit card I have until March before I'm going to have to transfer it to another card. But my thought is, especially with what's going on in the world right now, is I'm going to have to transfer that over to another card. Okay, so I have until June 30th. So disregard what I said earlier. Okay, so then my first why is, why do you want to achieve this goal? Sorry, I'm trying to look at my little fancy dancy thing over here and make it to where I'm not making you guys dizzy. To break generational curse and show myself and family how to live in prosperity and not debt. Why is the success of this goal important? To finally live within my means, not let lifestyle creep bound me to debt. Lifestyle creep is something that we haven't really talked about a lot, but it is something that really, I'm going to say in the American culture, it really keeps us in debt. It's not necessarily the keeping up with the Joneses, but it is the I make more, so therefore I can buy a better car, better clothes, go to bigger vacation, whatever the case may be. Why is this meaningful to you or your family? Breaking patterns of past generations, right? That is something that I have been on a mission to do. Why does this matter? Really for my sanity. Like, I don't want to keep this cycle, and I don't want to perpetuate the cycle of earn more, spend more, stay in debt. Like, I really want to end that. Sorry, my cat just drives me nuts with this. Why will this improve your life? Financial freedom to do what I want without worry, right? That's truly what financial freedom is. It's not saying that all your bills are taken care of and that you have nothing else to worry about. Financial freedom is really, I get to do what I want without worry. I get to take that vacation. I get to do whatever it is, insert here. So I did go ahead and do my tracking for the first month. And so for me, this was September of 25, and I will do October and November of 25. Okay. So this is what this sheet would look like. You would put in all of your categories, and the next sheets probably should have been first in my, in the way I have it laid out, but I already knew my categories. So I left this in here literally just as a reference, but these are my categories. So I have food, which includes, for me, it includes takeout or eating out, mortgage, and my mortgage includes my HOA, my property tax, my homeowner's insurance, repairs, anything like that. Household, my kid, pets, and that includes food, the groomer, vets, beauty, debt payoff, utilities, personal, grands, car, which includes gas, repair, oil changes, insurance, medical, which also includes dentists and any medications. And then I had to print another page. I have giving, I have miscellaneous, I have business, I have holiday, and I have savings. And then I have open ones. So then I did a yearly, these are my categories, and this is going to be my yearly budget. Again, this is my draft. I'm doing this in October. Things could change going forward, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like filled out. Let's see. So this would be the second 6 months. Then I pulled in Budget with Mama Bear, her subscriptions page. I haven't completely filled it out, but I do know I have a shipped annual cost, and it's $99. Although as a member of Shipped or a member of Target, I get it for $49, but I'm just gonna go with the high end. I have my abundance fund and I think I'm gonna put this first. So this is gonna be the starting balance when December 31st, I'll write that in, and then my goal and my ending balance. And then I start with the budget planner, and I haven't done anything here. I haven't gotten any of that done. Okay, so I did want to just share with you guys these things. And I have a new set of principles for you. So I talked to my son, my adult son, and when I first told him that I was looking to do a YouTube channel on budgeting, and he was very supportive, and he was like, I think you really should. We talked about how, like, my goal is to truly help someone, multiple someones, not just one person, but I really want to teach someone how to do their budget, how to get themselves out of debt, how to make a plan that works for them, regardless of what their scenario is. And so I talked to him and I shared this with him and told him all the things that we've developed, all of the principles that I just shared with you guys, the categories, the spending and your your 3 rocks and your 5 whys. And I shared all this with him and I said, what would you need? What else do you need in your current situation? And this is what he needed. He needs children's expenses. So he has 2 children, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and he doesn't know what he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know what expenses are on the horizon. He said, I just have one savings account, but I'd really like to break it up and put, more goals to what money I need and how early do I need it. And so I created the children's expenses package. So I've broken it up into 4 categories. So really the early years, and this is, and this is not an exhaustive list by any means. Really this sheet is, as I say up here, it's for you to dream and plan for the future you want for your child. Do they need savings to help with college, a first car insurance, braces, all the things that you want? And then I put a quote. So according to a 2022 analysis from public policy think tank, the Brookings Institution, a middle-income family with 2 children could expect to spend approximately $310,000 adjusted for higher future inflation to raise one child born in 2015 through age 17. Like, let that sink in. Over $300,000. That says through age 17. That's not the college years. And everyone, when you have a newborn, you start thinking of college and how expensive that's going to be. These years, now that includes food and housing. I don't have food and housing in this package because that is assumed to be covered in your regular budget. But over $300,000 for one kid. And if you have multiples, wow. So this is really, I didn't want another table necessarily, but I wanted to give you space on what expenses do you know that you're going to be looking at. This is just a basically like a tickler for your brain so that you can think through what you might need, your estimated expenses, and how will you fund. Is that through your savings challenges? Is it through your emergency fund? Do you have a 529 plan for college? Like, what are your thoughts? And this is going to take time for you to think through. And then I made the elementary years. So I've given you every grade to go up to 5th grade and for you to just play. Medical expenses, physicals, vaccines, doctor's appointments, back to school clothes, school lunches. Those are super expensive now. Field trips, that is money that we need that we never budget for. It just comes up. It just, you need $50 here, $30 here, and it's a lot. Extracurricular activities, teacher gifts. That's typically in the elementary school years. Miscellaneous, things that I can't think of that you might already know, you might already have. School uniforms, although that could be back to school, those kinds of things. So this is for you, any parent, guardian, grandparent who's helping, who would like to have this. Then we get to the middle school years. So we kind of have those same up at the top, you know, the medical expenses, back to school clothes, school lunches, field trips, extracurricular. But now we've got cell phone plans, team expenses, school dances, things that 6th, 7th, and 8th graders go through that they need. You know, cheerleading outfits, gaming, sports, all of those things. And of course, this damn cell phone. Then we go to high school years, and it's all of those same, you know, the cell phone plan's still there, the team expenses, school dances, car insurance, fuel for the car, college prep tests. To take a test for college entrance can range between $60 to $125 per test. I don't know how many tests you want your 10th, 11th, and 12th grader to take, but you need to prepare for that. Senior year, we all know how expensive that is. And then your college application fees. So this is just another worksheet for you to go through, thinking about, and you might have a 10-year-old right now. Well, get these 2 sheets and go through them and see how much, just on average, do you think for all of these expenses you would need, and start saving. And this one I have planned for myself because I'm going to need this for this year. You guys know that. And I'm going to put it in my book. I've already gotten it hole punched. I'm putting it right here. Senior year expenses. This is one of the most expensive years that a child will have. So I have the senior year yearbook, homecoming, yearbook ad, cap and gown, class ring, grad night bash. I don't know that every school does that, but in Florida we do. College entrance exams, college application fees, senior prom, graduation announcements, graduation party, and then I've given you a total. And so what I've done here is I've given you a line to budget, to give yourself, what is my estimate for this? Then how much do I have for that? So you can print this out, you know, once you have it, you can print it out as many times as you want. But how much do I have? How much do I need? And what did I actually spend? And then what is the difference? So you guys have seen, I don't have it here, it's in the living room, where I had, so I'm just gonna write, so for my yearbook, I had $100. That was my budget. And I had $100, so I don't need anything. My actual for the yearbook was, it was like 73. Hold on a second. Okay, I went to get my Bible. So I had $100 for my yearbook, and I spent $73.25. So I had $26.75 left over. And that should not be a plus. Okay, my yearbook ad, I didn't have a budget for it. I didn't have any money, but I spent $100. So this is a negative. Well, I guess it could be that could be a positive. So I'm negative $100 already in this. And I'm sorry, I have you guys so far away. Homecoming, let's see. I budgeted $200 for homecoming. I had $200. So I didn't need anything. And my actuals came up to $195.24. So I had $4.76 over. I mean, I was under by $4.76. Cap and gown. My cap and gown, $100. I have $100. I don't need anything, but my actuals were $74.47. So I have $25.53 that I don't need. So for me, I put all of this money, all of this into the grad night. I moved it over to grad night. Now my son doesn't want a class ring, so I don't have this expense, because let me tell you, a class ring right now, not a precious metal, is almost $600 for like a steel, not even a white gold, silver, gold or platinum. For just the steel, just the, oh my God, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So that's how I am using this expense tracker. I'm sorry, I'm going to bring you guys back out a little bit. Is I am going to use, for my expenses, and I'll write my budget, what I have and how much I need. Because you guys, well, I can actually do it with you. I have his binder right here. So this is his binder. So cap and gown is done. Homecoming is done. Grad night, I wanted $300, but I think I have changed that to $200. Nope, I still have $300. $300. I don't have a budget for entrance exams or app fees. His senior prom, I have $300. I don't have a budget yet for grad announcements. His senior prom, oh, wait a minute, what was that? That was pictures. Oh, I don't even have pictures on here. Okay, so I need to fix this. I need to add a column, because senior prom I have is $500. And so I will have to add a line before I put this in my coffee shop. And then graduation party I have is $500. Now, do I have to have a graduation party? No. Does he care? No. Well, he says he doesn't care. But your child might. I don't know. So that is my budget for senior year, and I need my photos. I'm going to use my fees for right now, I will add it. $300 for pictures, right? So for me, I have 3, 4, 7, 1,000. That's $2,000. So my total goal is $2,000 for my son's senior year. Now, I don't even have like field trips or anything like that on this list, because typically he doesn't. Our schools don't do field trips in the senior year that I'm aware of. We've already had a couple of senior skip days, and they've done a beach senior sunrise ceremony. There's things like that, but there's not, end of the year. Maybe they might do something at the end of the year from the school before they do grad night. I'm not sure. But so I hope that made sense. I hope this new set of printables is something that you guys could use, especially those of you who have, sorry, let me pull you out just a little bit, who have kids, young kids, older kids, grandparents. I just want to give you more options, more things to help you think and plan for a better future. So if there is something that you're looking for that would really help you with your planning, my next, so I've already created another set of, I'm going to say, trackers, not like this kind of tracker, but more, more like this kind of tracker. I've already created that as my next drop, and it's really a monthly. So this is the yearly view. The next set of trackers that I'm going to release, it's really going to show you month by month, and then month versus month, if that makes sense. It's a way to see, is there 1 month in your year that you need to plan more consistently? So say you have a bunch of birthdays in April, but you don't adjust your budget for it, and every year in April it really kicks your butt. Well, you can see that with this tracker and then adjust accordingly. So that is the next set from me that you'll see. The next, what I'm asking you guys for is input. What other life, not skill, but life area. So my thought was home ownership. Would you guys be interested in a set like this of home ownership? Like how to get there? What all does it require? Like a list of things that you need to think of. Would that be something that you would be interested in? And the pros and cons of down payments and PMI and that kind of thing. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. I can start working on that for the next, I'm going to say the next drop from me. But I hope I shared some information. I hope by looking at my big rocks, you've been able to kind of give yourself some inspiration on what your big rocks might be. They might be debt, they might be your emergency fund, or that college savings account that you need to get started. Or it could be, one of your big rocks could be starting your own YouTube channel and what all you need to do. It might not have anything to do with money, but it might be learning that foreign language or learning that skill or trade that you want to learn so that your future self will benefit. Anyway, I have rambled on enough. I thank you guys for always giving me such support and kind words. And as always, be kind to one another. If you like what you see and want to see more, please hit the like and subscribe button. I am trying to get to 1K by the end of the year. So I do appreciate all of you on my team helping me with that. And I will talk to you later. Take care.